The Talmud uses the Hebrew form of Yeshua. The Greek translates it correctly, but Allah has now taken a Syriac name to give to someone who is a devout Jew. And my claim is this is inconsistent with an all-knowing God.
I wanted to know what was the gospel, the Injeel that Jesus preached.
That is a deviation. No, that's something else. That's a deviation. No. This is a more important. More important is how can. The more important thing is how Allah can make a mistake. My discussion was not about the message. I was talking to someone else. He came in with a new conversation. So if you want to talk about that, so
exactly. Jesus came to argue about
his name. He's diverting because he knows I'm correct. He's diverting. He cannot address the issue. He cannot address the issue because I'm correct. Allah cannot make a mistake. Do you agree?
Did he make a mistake by using a name that already exists?
I'm asking you, where did the name Isa come from?
Does he actually know? Does it matter?
Yes, it does. Because it's from a mistranslation.
God's not a mistranslation. No. How is it a mistranslation? It's not
because
I've read the experts. They don't say that.
Oh, a quick Wikipedia search.
No, I read quotes from.
Go back to the beginning of where this started. So, what is the name Isa?
The name.
What does it?
Of Jesus.
What is the Arabic code?
What is the Arabic? It's not an Arabic name.
Okay. So what is
It's
it?
not an Arabic name.
So what is it?
A name? No, it's a name. It doesn't have to be Arabic. Just because, like, for example, Ibrahim is not an Arabic
in the
name.
Quran.
Naam. Okay, yeah.
523 said. Oh, sorry, that's the wrong one.
That doesn't.
So Surah Imran 4:45-46.
Okay.
When the angel said, "O Maryam, verily Allah gives you the glad tidings of a word be, and he was Isa, the son of Maryam, from him. His name will be the Messiah, Isa, the son of Maryam." So I'm saying to you, where does the name Isa come from?
I don't know. God
No.
will become
It doesn't mean from God, like Emmanuel.
I know. But what's the definition of the name? For example,
I actually don't know.
Yusuf is the translation of
Joseph.
Yes. So this is an actual error in the Quran.
No.
And I'll explain to you why. So basically, the original Hebrew. So Jesus' real name is Yeshua. You don't know that.
No.
So Yeshua. So Hebrew is Yeshua. So in the Greek,
that's in Hebrew. You know that in different languages.
So this is how we got the English name Jesus.
Well, exactly. So
in the Greek, there's no sh.
Yeah. Can I just address when you said Joseph and Yusuf? It shows a clear error in the Quran. It's because of the translation,
not from Joseph to Yusuf.
What is
but
it?
the name Isa is a fake name, and I'm going to explain it to you why.
Okay.
So Jesus' Hebrew name is Yeshua.
What was it in Aramaic? Do you know?
It's Yeshu. So that's what I'm going to get to. So we have the Greek, which became less. And then from the Latin, we dropped the O. And then from the English, you had to get the J from Jesus. Let me just show the camera for like what I'm showing them.
Yeah, but what are you trying to prove?
So basically,
This is actually East.
so now
in Aramaic or Syriac, it's actually East.
No, so now this is something. I'm gonna go to Acts because in the book of in Exodus, Moses' one of his helpers was called Joshua. You're aware of him. So his name's Yeshu bin Ibn Nun.
Yeah.
All right. So if I go to Acts 7.
What is the topic that we're discussing?
The name of Isa. That it's a mistake by Allah, and I'm going to show you why. So look.
No, why don't you debate this? No, why don't
Yeah,
you
but I'm
debate
just
this to
gonna,
somebody
I
who
will.
knows the linguistic
That's fine. I'm going to show you. I'm going to find someone as well. So because you're here.
Yeah.
So basically, look, this is the New International Version. So in Acts 7:45, it says, after receiving the tabernacle, our ancestor under Joshua brought it with them, and they took the land before the nation. So obviously the New International Version is just current modern day English.
No, why are you comparing this to Quran?
Yeah,
what Quran says we believe.
I'm going to explain that to you. So now if we go to the King James, because that was translated from the Greek and the Latin.
So is the NIV. It's just translated into
Yeah, but they put
extracted from the earliest.
Yes, but they put it into
manuscripts,
modern day English for us to understand.
I get that.
So,
but KJV's, I don't know, it doesn't really matter from what, because both are from Greek
What
manuscripts.
verse is that, brother?
yeah, so look.
Is
Oh,
it seven?
sorry,
Seven what?
So,
Well, good to see you.
Alhamdulillah, good to see you as well.
so now going to the King James Version, it says, which our fathers that came after brought in with Jesus.
Right.
Because this is referring to the helper of Moses. They're calling him Jesus because the Greek, as I've shown you,
I'm just going to
it can't be.
see Shamsi, yeah?
So
Why I'm letting you holding this? It's mine and I'm letting him hold.
Where is
I'm
Shamsi?
really there.
Is he there? I'm going to go
I'm really sorry. Yeah, to let you hold this for me.
Yeshua, translated into Greek, is Jesus. So anytime someone's called Joshua, in the Greek they'll be referred to as Jesus in King James Version, as I've shown here.
I think that's a bit of a stretch because it doesn't necessarily mean it's the same person. It's like, for example,
it's the same name, Yeshua.
Same name doesn't mean same person.
I didn't say it's the same
Okay.
person. That's not my claim.
Oh, okay.
My
sorry,
claim
bad.
is Jesus' Hebrew name was Yeshua.
I have no problem.
Yeah. So now Yeshua, I've shown you Aaron's Moses' helper was called Yeshua as well. So they've made the clear distinction that they spelt it the same in Greek.
Right. Okay.
Now in as I've shown you in the Quran, Surah Al-Ibrahim, his name was Isa. Now I'm going to show you a hadith, or I can go to the tafsir.
Whichever, I don't mind.
So this is a hadith. His name was Yusha ibn Nun.
Ibn Nun.
So that is the Arabic.
Okay, well, what's the context here behind this? Let me read it.
Yeah. So basically, let me.
More of a screenshot. Do you have the original?
Yeah. So this is the original.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I took a screenshot.
Fair enough.
So basically, it's talking about the.
Can I see?
It's basically. I'll show you something a bit quicker because that's quite long. So basically, so in the Quran 5:23, it says two men from those who feared, upon whom Allah had bestowed favor, enter upon through the gate, for whom when you have entered it, you will be predominant. So we need to find out who these two people are. We need to go to the tafsir. Yeah.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is go to Ibn Kathir. We'll go to 5:23. So we'll go all the way. It's quite a long one.
I know. Have you read Qurtubi? It's even longer.
No. So it says. So here, it's talking about the two people. So it says Yusha bin Nun, which is the same I showed you as in the hadith.
A sister just took shahada.
So basically, the Arabic of Yeshua is Yusha, and in the Bible we see the clear distinction that they use the same name for the old prophet Joshua and Jesus. But then in the Quran you have Isa and Yusha. But if the original name is Yeshua, that the Arabic should be Yusha. So where did Isa come from?
Not necessarily. Like I said, Isa in I think it's either Aramaic or Syriac.
Yeah, because that's from the Greek.
But it's still very similar to Isa.
But you're saying to me that Allah has told Mary to name her son Isa, which is from a translation of the Greek. He should be telling her to call her son Yusha.
But now you're basing it on the translations.
No, I'm basing it on the translation from the Hebrew to what it should be in Arabic. Because in the Bible, as I've showed you with one verse, they translated the same name with the same Greek letters.
They're different people.
It doesn't matter.
Because Yusha bin Nun, he was living at the time of Moses.
Yes.
Right? Isa alayhi salam, was living at that time. So different, two different peoples, two different times.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's still like because
it's the
in
same
the Quran,
name. Because you should. Joshua's name was Yeshua in Arabic. Jesus' real name was
but
Yeshua.
even in the Hadith, it doesn't say Yeshua. Yeah, it says Yeshua.
Yeah, that is the Arabic of Yeshua.
That's what I'm saying for Isa. For Isa, I can't remember which language, but it's Isa. Right? Isa.
Okay.
Yeah, Isa. Yeah, which is very similar to Isa. So there isn't much of a difference. So it's not like we went from Yeshua all the way to Isa. There is in one of the translations, I forgot, it's either Aramaic or Syriac, which an Aramaic, Jesus spoke Aramaic.
But then why would Allah be translating from Syriac rather than the Aramaic, the Hebrew?
It doesn't
But
matter.
that doesn't make sense.
Because you can translate.
Because Mary and Joseph were like
she's Mary and Miriam.
Sorry, yeah, they were Jews. So why is Allah going to give devout Jews a Syriac name? He would give them a translation from the Hebrew.
Because he's what do you call it? Maybe he's given name. Okay. I don't know the exact reason behind being called Isa. That's how we know him. Yeah, that's his name.
But that's what I'm saying. It's an error on Allah's part because if you go to if you go to any Jew and ask him about names, this is something you can research.
They will only, I know.
But
They will only go by the names on the Old Testament.
Yeah,
that's all.
So if you ask
they
them,
won't go by the translation.
Because in the Talmud, Jesus is referred to as Yeshua.
Yeah.
Josephus referred to Jesus because he wrote in Aramaic as the Aramaic form, which is Yeshua, or something very similar.
So Allah wrote it in the Arabic, revealed it in the Arabic.
Yeah, but the Arabic is Isa. Oh, no, it's not. That's why I showed you the name of Joshua in the Old Testament in Arabic.
Yeshua.
So you have two names. So you're telling me you have Isa and another name, which is the direct translation of the Hebrew. How does that work out? Where even in the Bible is consistent with Josephus, it's consistent with the Talmud, but Allah is the only one because he's taken a name that's come from a translation of something else. That is where the error is.
It's still a translation of the name.
It's not.
But for a different language, not the Hebrew.
So why would Allah give a Hebrew person?
He wasn't. What, he was a Jew. He wasn't. He Hebrew.
Yes.
He also spoke Aramaic.
So why would Allah give him a translation of the original name?
Because Allah in the Quran is telling us what He actually named him.
Yes.
Yeah. It's just in the Old Testament and the New Testament we are given what he was known by, the Greeks and the Hebrews.
But Allah's speaking to them in their language because as the Muslims claim, for example, but as Muslims claim, prophets will receive from Allah in their own language. Exactly.
But a name isn't something that raises problems within following the religion. So when it comes to revelation, when Allah gives a revelation in their own language, it's so that the people understand. Where it comes to names and such, like for example Ibrahim, Yusuf.
Okay,
Noor, all of them are not Arabic names.
I did a quick search.
Go on then.
So on Wikipedia, Yusuf is a masculine given name, the Arabic form of Joshua, which is of the Hebrew origin, meaning God is salvation. But that's even wrong. So now, if we go to Isa, it says Isa is a unisex name given originating from a variety of sources. The name is most commonly derived from the classical Arabic Isa, an Arabic translation of Jesus itself, having a Hebrew origin.
So it's still a translation. That's what I've been arguing.
But it's like the name Jesus, because Jesus from the Greek is actually a bad translation. So this is saying it's a translation of the name Jesus, which is from the Greek. So Allah has given the Isa is from the Greek translation. So why is Allah
using a Greek translation?
Exactly.
Rather than giving... I can ask you the same thing that we did.
Do you get my point?
Yeah, but regarding
Christian Arabs do Jesus as well.
But this is the Christians here use the name Jesus. But that's not Jesus' real name. His Aramaic, his Hebrew name was Yeshua. But the reason why Jesus came about is because when the Bible was written in Greek, it didn't have the same alphabet, so they had to drop some of the letters.
Well, the Arabic hasn't got the same alphabet, even though it's similar to Hebrew.
No, because if you look at all the prophets, Musa is Joseph, Musa is Moses. Sorry, Musa is Moses, Yusuf is Joseph. In English, but because Arabic is
Yeah,
very
but look,
similar
Dhul
to
Fikr-
the Hebrew language, so it's very easy
Yeah, but
to
Dhul Fikr-
translate the names.
But in the Quran, Dhul Fikr is known as a zikr.
Okay.
Completely different.
But if you go to a linguistic scholar, they will tell you the origin of that name, which would have been from the Hebrew.
But then, look, the issue you're raising, I could raise the same issue regarding the New Testament. If you have a problem with the Arabic being translated from the Greek, I could say, well, if you're so uptight about using the proper name for Jesus, why is it in the Greek manuscript they just using a translation? Why don't you just insert the proper name?
Because from the Hebrew to the Greek, it's different. They had different characters of the letter.
Same from Hebrew to Arabic.
No, because I've shown you
there are differences.
But I've shown you from the Arabic sources that there is a direct translation, which was Yusa ibn Nun, which was. So how has Allah now created another name? So we have to establish.
Also look at the terms of revelation. The Old Testament, or actually the Torah, the first revelation in terms of for the 3 monotheistic faith. Okay. Then you have the second revelation, which is the Injeel, and then you have the final. So it comes together. It comes in line.
But even
so
the
it's just following on.
But even the Injeel is another error in the Quran, because that comes from the Greek name Evangelion, which is Greek for the good news.
Yes.
So.
Which is what Injeel means.
But then you're telling me, because again, according to the Quran, prophets were given their revelation in their own language to give to the people. So then if what Jesus had was called the Evangelion, that means he was given a book in Greek. Because why would Allah give a Greek name?
He wasn't given a book.
So, the revelation. The Injeel comes from the Greek word Evangelion. So it should come from the Hebrew name, like the Torah translated into Arabic comes from the Hebrew. So why is the translation of Injeel coming from the Greek? Because it seems like
this is to help the people of the book understand. Because if we jump a few generations, or a few
the people of what book?
The people of the book, the Christians and the Jews. So because the Christians got the revelation.
But you said it was revealed in his original language.
Right, when Jesus spoke to the people, okay, what language did he use?
He used Arabic, Aramaic, Hebrew, and Greek.
Yes, and Greek. Yeah. So Greek is one of the languages he used.
Okay, but you don't believe that in Islam, so you can't take that argument. Because we as Christians believe it, but you.
How do we not believe that? Because we know that Jesus spoke.
So do you believe Jesus spoke in Greek?
There's no reason to deny that.
So what was the Injeel revealed in? What language would it have been revealed in?
The language of the people.
Aramaic.
But that's the revelation itself. What the revelation is called is a different matter.
No, but why would Allah give a translation from the Greek? So you don't do that with. Imagine if you have the Torah. It now has a Arabic Torah, which is from the Hebrew. But it's not taking a translation from Chinese or whatever. It's taking it direct from the source. So how is the name Injeel being taken from the Greek?
Well, you just said yourself, Jesus spoke Greek. So still, it's taken from a language he knew.
But if Allah's calling it the Injeel, it must mean it was revealed in.
It's not about the language used, it's about the meaning of the word. If the meaning of the word was incorrect, I would agree with you. I would say yes, using the word Injeel makes no sense, because it wasn't what Jesus was given. But the fact that the word Injeel means good news, that is exactly what Jesus was given. So the language.
Yeah, but
I think it's more semantics than.
No, but the reason why it's called the Good News is because the New Testament was revealed not as Muslims claim.
The New Testament is different to the Injeel.
Because Muslims will. But new Muslims will claim, where is the book Jesus written in Aramaic?
We don't think people believe that.
So according to Christian tradition, it was first revealed in Greek. So that is our basis. So if Muslims reject that, then they can't accept the name Injeel, which is coming from the Greek.
But you can't also claim that that the New Testament was originally revealed in Greek, because you have no manuscript from the first century to prove that it was revealed in Greek.
And that's why I say, if you're taking the name Injeel, you're refuting your own point. Because then, again, I will say to you, why is Allah taking the name Injeel, which comes from the Greek? called the Evangelion, which is the good news. We should be taking it because Allah is all-knowing. So Allah should be taking it from this because He's the one who revealed it to Jesus.
Just because He's all-knowing doesn't mean He's not going to reveal something in a manner which people will understand collectively. You know, there's a lot of people, and a lot of people who study the scriptures,
but the people
will come across the New Testament or the Injeel or the can never pronounce this one. Say it again.
Evangelion.
Evangelion. I can never pronounce it. It's like a tongue twister for me. People will know this term. Yes. Yeah, so he will use this term. He will use terms that people are familiar with. As soon as you read Injeel, you know exactly what he means. Yeah, the good news. Using different languages, different translations is not the key to to trying to prove whether the Quran is false or not. It's just different translations.
But the problem is it's inconsistent with an all-knowing God. God doesn't need to take translations of something. God knows the source.
He knows.
So that's why I
well.
asked you about the name Isa. Where did it come from? Because in the Bible,
you've been able to trace it.
Yeah. So I mean,
you
can obviously, if you want to investigate, because I've shown you from the Bible, when they referred to Joshua, who was the companion of Moses, they referred to him as Jesus because they spelled the name the same in Greek. But in Islam, in the Quran, you have two different distinctions. You have Isa, and when in the Hadith, when it referred to
not to create confusion. No, because do you know that verse? Do you know that verse when Mary is called the sister of Aaron? Mm-hmm. Yeah. How many people have been confused by that without reading the exegesis? Many. Yeah. People think that this is a mistake because they say that Mary, who is the mother of Jesus, is the sister of Aaron, the brother of Moses. When you actually read the exegesis, you know that's not the case.
The big question we should be asking: where is the gospel of Jesus, not the gospel about Jesus? Where do we have that today?
I'm trying to get over this.
Well, yeah, but
I'll be honest with you. I don't understand.
Okay. Because you came late. I'm going to explain it to you. I'm going to explain it to you again. Because Allah should not be making mistakes. Very simple linguistic mistake. Because if you're looking at the source, of languages, so basically, the name Isa is not a derivative of the Hebrew name. Jesus is a real Hebrew name. Do you know what it was called?
Do you know Hebrew?
I will be back.
I know what his Hebrew name is.
I'll be back. Yeah.
I don't, but I know the Hebrew name.
I'm just looking at the Wikipedia entry on here, and I'm just trying to see if anything you're saying matches up with the Wikipedia article on Isa in terms of the etymology of the word. So
okay.
Carry on.
So I've got it here. You can actually look.
No, I'm looking at the
That's fine.
Wikipedia
So you have the name Yeshua, which is Jesus's Hebrew name. In Greek, the Greek does not have the same characters as the Hebrew.
That's what I was saying. But what was the original?
Maybe you're particularly interested in linguistics and etymology.
Yeah. I told you, Syriac and Aramaic. I was right.
Yes.
But
why? That's my point. Why is Allah taking a translation?
Why couldn't
Because
Aramaic?
he's saying, imagine he's come to Mary, name your son Isa.
It's in Arabic.
But Yusa,
Greek.
yes, but Yusa, because in the Aramaic his name is Yeshua. In Greek, you can't translate the word letter for letter, so they had to drop some of the letters from the Aramaic. So in Greek, his name was Jesus, and then in the English language, they didn't have a J until the 1500s. But the name Jesus is a transliteration, not a translation. Yes.
In Arabic, it will be Asad.
Yes.
But the name is quite similar, don't you not feel like
What I'm
that?
saying. In Hebrew.
No, it's just a question.
Yeah, but in Hebrew is the name Yeshua. So I've shown him in the Bible that there's an old companion of Moses who had the same name as Jesus. Yes. Yes. So in
Yeshua.
well, you can say it either
Yeshua,
way.
I'm saying.
Yeah, you can.
Exactly what I'm saying.
There's two.
The
Yeah.
pronunciation.
It's not certain
Are you
that the
100% that it was that? That's the thing, isn't it?
It's Yeshua or Yeshua. There's two variations.
According to the experts, it's not certain that
So when you find the name and give it to me, we'll discuss it.
Can I go to
But until then,
Can I say something?
Okay.
Thank you. I wanted to know what was the gospel, the Injeel that Jesus preached.
That is a deviation that's something else. That's a DV. No. This is a more important. More important is how can the more important thing is how Allah can make a mistake, because it's a mistranslation of his Aramaic, his Hebrew name.
Why are you running away?
I spoke to him about the name. This is a new conversation. I have not agreed to that. My conversation is about the name Isa and where it came from.
I'm not interested in the message that Jesus taught. You're interested in what message Jesus taught.
No.
You're not interested in what
The
Jesus
most
taught.
important thing is, can God make a mistake?
No,
It's simple. This is the
You think
mistake.
God can make a mistake?
This is the mistake.
Did
Yes.
God regret in
That's
Christianity?
another
That's
conversation.
your man-made,
So-
that's your man-made ideas.
So I'm asking you.
God regretted, right?
All right. So I'm going to give you even another problem with that name.
No, I want to address that. Is
Okay.
what Jesus preached about the gospel the same as what Christians believe today? There's massive evidence on everything from salvation, sin, mercy. It's a very different gospel. Now, of course, this man here finds it
Okay.
boring.
So now
true believers find it
this is
very
the
interesting.
name,
What
the
Jesus
meaning of the name Joshua. So it says from the Hebrew name
he will
Yeshua,
lose.
meaning
If we get on the subject
Yahweh
of what Jesus
is
actually
salvation.
taught, it's very
This is why
different
I
from
was
what he
asking.
believes, and he will lose the argument.
This is the
So what
name,
he's doing now,
meaning of the
obsessing
name.
about
From the
obscure
Hebrew,
bit of lexicographical
this is
etymology of the Hebrew
behind
word.
it's
It's not interesting. But he will avoid the important issue
They take it from
about
the Greek.
what must we do to be saved. According to Jesus, what must we do to be
If you
saved?
look at the Talmud,
Can you answer his question? Because you're kind of ignoring it.
he's going on to a different topic, which I'm not. My
What is the
topic,
topic?
my topic is the name Isa. Where did it come from?
But I do think
He's talking about something else.
I'm talking
He's
about the
coming.
message.
I'm not talking about the message.
What did
Jesus teach about
My discussion
salvation?
was not about the message. I was talking to someone else. He came in
Jesus
with
came
a
to
new
earth to preach a
conversation. So
message,
if you
not
want
have
to
an
talk
argument
about
about
that,
his name.
so
Yeah, exactly. Just
Jesus
answer
came to
it.
argue
because
about
he
his
knows
name.
he's
Jesus was the
diverting,
messenger of
because he
God.
knows I am correct.
You know,
He's diverting. He cannot address the
Jesus didn't
issue.
say-
He cannot address the issue because I'm correct. Allah has made a clear mistake.
Do you know what I say? What's in the name?
What is in the name?
What's in the
That is
name?
a very good question.
Do you know why?
Yes.
Because
Yes.
if a rose,
Is
was
there
born-
a translation?
He's going to quote Shakespeare. here.
yeah, exactly. That's true.
He's come out with the Shakespeare.
I'm just saying. 'cause it
Rose
makes
by
sense
any
to me.
other name would smell as sweet. You call it
Hebrew
Mickey
name
Mouse,
was
but it's
Yeshua.
still a rose.
So we
It
now
just
have to look at
smells-
all the translations
But you
from
see,
that
we're talking
word.
about languages.
He admits he doesn't read
Yes,
Hebrew.
but
He doesn't read
Allah is
Aramaic. He doesn't
Allah
read
is the
Greek.
originator of
But he's
languages.
pretending
So
to
Allah
have
doesn't need to use
knowledge
a
when he's trying
translation to give a
He
name to a
admitted that.
parent.
So he's an amateur who's trying to
I believe I
hoodwink.
have addressed
Because
why not?
What did Jesus teach about how we're saved?
I did tell you that
That's
it
the question
originates,
you need to ask.
that the name Isu
yes,
originates from the Syriac Aramaic language, which Jesus spoke.
Syriac.
And
why is
Aramaic,
Allah
and
taking the
Aramaic,
name
and
from-
Aramaic.
from the Syriac
Just
rather than the
Syriac,
Hebrew?
right.
Because
The experts say
because in the
he doesn't
in the-
read Aramaic
because
or Hebrew.
in-
So
in the hadith,
you're absolutely right.
in the hadith, I've shown him the translation of the name Yeshua.
just because
So the name existed already. So Allah has given him a distinction of a name.
Are the Christians?
So how did Allah make that mistake? And no one has an answer. Everyone thinks
What
diverting.
did Jesus say about we're
Okay.
saved?
I haven't diverted.
So if you want to discuss this first call and we discuss that afterwards, that's fine.
What did
But-
Jesus want to
but-
talk about? His name or about
Okay.
his
Right,
message?
exactly.
Allah,
What
Jesus,
did
Jesus,
say?
Jesus
No,
spoke
but
about
this is
false
preaching
prophets.
about my name.
He spoke
No.
about false prophets.
He
Now
preached
this is-
about the gospel.
Allah cannot make a
Let's
mistake.
talk about
Do
the
you
gospel.
agree?
Did he make a mistake by
didn't
using
make
a
a
name
mistake.
that already exists?
I'm asking you, where did the name Isa come from?
Does he actually know? Does it matter?
Yes, it does. Because it's from a mistranslation.
God's not a
It's
mistranslation. No.
How is it a mistranslation? It's not a
Because
I've read the experts. They don't say that.
oh, you, a quick Wikipedia
No,
search.
I read quotes from.
Oh, okay.
Do you know Brill Encyclopedia? Have you even heard of Brill
Do
Encyclopedia?
your homework. We'll discuss
I
this
just
next
did.
week.
I-
No.
Have you heard of Brill
I'm not
Encyclopedia?
dealing with Google
The scholars
scholars here.
there,
I'm
I
not
read a
dealing
quote.
with Google
They
scholars.
said
If you want to come
it's not in
next week
error.
and
They
discuss,
said there's
because Alan, as
Orientalists
we
who
clearly
make
see,
that
is a
mistake.
Google scholar as
They
well.
actually name
He's
people
taking
like you.
translations of a
They
name
say it's a mistake.
which is not
You
from the
made.
original.
What's the mistake from
Citing
Hebrew?
an authoritative
Because
academic
okay,
work.
I'm going to show everyone
on
again.
Wikipedia is quoted. They say that people like yourself, Orientalists, make a mistake when they attribute error to the Quran. And this is a Brill encyclopedia. Have you ever heard of Brill? Do you
So-
know what I'm talking about?
This is the Hebrew name.
This is the established
I'll show you as well.
reference.
If you want, this is the Hebrew name. That is Yeshua.
You pronounced it wrong though.
His name is Yeshua.
But you pronounce it.
speak
You pronounce
Arabic.
it 2-3 times.
Yeah,
Aramaic,
but that's fine. But are you looking at? Does anyone want to see the
You
evidence?
pronounce it
Does
wrong.
anyone want to see?
2-3 times.
You want to see the evidence?
No, but you pronounce it wrong.
Okay, we have an
That's what I'm saying.
He wouldn't know.
You pronounce it
He
wrong.
doesn't know the language. He could be making any old crap up. He has no idea.
I have
He has
given
no knowledge of the language.
Okay.
He's trying to hoodwink people. Oh, look at this. But
red
he doesn't know
herrings,
himself.
red herrings.
It's a joke.
Hey, bye. If you don't want to discuss the
He's
topic,
talking about it.
You're a used car salesman.
if you don't want to
You're a
discuss
used car salesman.
if you don't want to discuss
He's
the
trying to
topic,
pass off
sorry,
an
Anna
old
has clearly
banger
made a
as an
mistake.
actually roadworthy
Anna has
car.
clearly made a
You're trying to
mistake.
pass off an old banger as if it's road.
Translate from
You
another
don't
name.
know what you're talking about. You don't read Hebrew, and yet you're passing off.
Are you going to address
You
what-
don't even read Hebrew.
So
And you're telling this guy, look at the Hebrew, but you don't even read it.
But
You're
you-
like a used car salesman.
You read
You're
Arabic.
a used car
You read
salesman.
Arabic.
You don't know what
I
you're
can
talking
research
about.
the meaning of name. I know. I don't need to know Hebrew to know the meaning of a name because I can do research as you can. So I can do research to find out what is the origin of the name Jesus, and I can find out what the Aramaic is as well.
Christian Arabs.
But I didn't call upon Allah is misguided because he created a name called Allah.
No, but I'm asking you.
I agree with
Christians in the Arab world.
Okay. Let's go back to the topic. Okay, let's go back to the topic.
Used car
Can you read another statement in
Wait,
Hebrew?
hold on. I've addressed the topic of the name because I've told you that you can trace the language, the name to a different language, regardless of look. If Allah, as you say,
Can I say? I'm just clarifying. You're saying it goes to the Syriac Aramaic.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, as you say Allah knows everything. So Allah knows all languages as well. So why is it a mistake when Allah uses another language, and just translates it? Because you translate Jesus, from the Hebrew to the English to Jesus.
Okay.
So you're doing a translation.
Okay.
Allah did a translation. Okay. That is it.
Okay. Now this is my claim.
Can I
now.
just make one
Okay.
thing? Yeah, so when Paul is asking you to address a topic that is
That's
essential.
off topic.
Let me
Let him
that's
finish.
off topic.
Let him
No,
finish.
that's off topic. I know.
Let him
Yes.
finish.
Let me just
Interrupting
finish.
again.
When he asks you to address another topic, yes, I agree, it's another topic.
Okay.
But it
He
is
knows
a
it's gonna get
topic.
dealt with, that's why.
It is a topic that is essential to our salvation. The name of Jesus is not. Okay.
Jesus
So,
didn't come to preach
I
his
believe-
name, he came to preach the gospel.
I believe
Let's talk about the
that I have addressed the issue of the name, identifying the origin of the name. I did not disagree with the Hebrew translation. Okay. But using a translation to kind of qualify that the Quran is incorrect in some way, even though you can trace that translation, it doesn't seem as a strong
This
argument.
is my
for me.
claim. Every name of a prophet in the Quran has been accurately translated into Greek. I'm sorry, into Arabic, apart from this one person, because the New Testament.
Any Arabic.
Like I said,
Do you know any Arabic? Can you read Arabic?
Yes.
No, he can't.
Dhul-Fikr is in the Quran. He's mentioned
does he know
twice.
this is
Okay. In
can't read
Hebrew,
Arabic.
or in the Old Testament, he's known as Ezekiel. Yeah. So Ezekiel and Dhul-Fikr. Does that sound even remotely similar?
Have to sound
No,
remotely similar.
It means
The name has to be. The name. It's not about the name sounding similar. That's a red herring, or someone who knows about the origins of language. And I say, where does this name come from? It's like, for example, if I say Juan, and that comes from, let's say, John, we know where the Spanish has come from. So in the same way, when you go from the Arabic, it comes from
we know
the
it is.
Hebrew.
If we did not know where Isa came from, I would agree with you. But we know where Isa comes from. We can trace it to another language.
So now my claim
Let's
is
talk about
this.
the gospel.
You're
What did
saying
Jesus
this.
say? The
No.
That's
So,
what Jesus came
sorry,
to do.
can we? So
It makes
basically,
me tall, it's a bit higher.
so all I'm saying is this: we have seen every single prophet has been accurately
Let's talk about the gospel
translated
of Jesus.
apart from
What
one.
does
So
he
now,
do to be
let me
saved
speak.
according to
Okay.
Jesus?
So now, from my point of view,
Let's ask
if
Jesus.
Muhammad is not who he's claiming to be, we will see very obvious errors in the Quran. This is one of the obvious errors because as
You
my
don't even read
can
the
I finish?
language.
So as I was saying,
Have you read the Quran?
as I was saying, I've shown you from authentic hadith the name translated from Arabic, Hebrew is the Arabic Yusha.
Make an argument.
So now we have two names.
Two different
Isa.
times.
You have no idea what
It
you're
doesn't
talking
matter. The
about,
name
sir.
is the same.
I'll tell you why
The name should be translated the same in Arabic. How can you say a name 5,000 years ago should be translated differently from a name 3,000 years ago. It's exactly the same name. It's an error in the Quran because I'm telling you, we have seen
even read Arabic or Hebrew or Aramaic
we have
or
seen the
Greek.
clear
You
Arabic
cannot know what
translation
any
of the
of these
name
texts say.
Yeshua. So when if a Christian says to me the name Jesus, I can tell him where the name originated from the Greek.
When someone says to
Yes.
me Isa,
Yes.
yeah, I can also trace that
to Syriac. So Allah is given Mary, who was a Jew, a Syriac name. Does that make sense? And then we have the name Injeel, which comes from the Greek. This is very inconsistent.
These are names in which people can identify, which people do not need, to go into linguistics in order to understand the meaning of them. So Isa is very clear; it's referring to Jesus. The Injeel very clear. So the Quran,
He would easily identify
Quran-
Isa with Jesus straight away.
Do you know the Quran says? The Quran says it has been.
Allah is talking from the origin. He's clarifying mistakes, so he doesn't need to compound a mistake.
Listen, when the Quran says it has been revealed in Arabic. Can I say the Quran? Brothers, please.
Wait, because listen, the Quran, Allah says the Quran is in pure Arabic.
Where does it say that?
Do you want me to find it?
Yes. Okay. I'll tell you what the Quran does say. The Quran
Does
says
it-
it has
because
been
you don't
revealed
read
in Arabic
Arabic.
so that
Yes,
they may understand.
exactly. So why is he taking Arabic names?
Why?
So shouldn't be foreign
so
names
that they may
in the
understand.
Quran then?
So
No,
that
there
they
are lots of words in Arabic that originally come from other languages.
But Allah is the creator of language, so he can give you the direct Arabic because it says, I have revealed to these people in clear Arabic. Allah does not need to take translation.
It doesn't say that in Arabic. It doesn't say that in Arabic.
Okay,
in Arabic.
Okay, in Arabic.
No, in Arabic. How can you say that? You don't know word
Revealed in Arabic.
So that they may understand.
So why is he taking non-Arabic foreign
Because
foreign
there are
words?
lots of words in Arabic as a rich language.
Allah's translating.
So that they may understand. Look, you got that verse says so that they may
Stupid
understand.
argument. Only one person.
So it's very clear why the Quran, why Allah has chosen Arabic. Yeah, it is so that people, can understand. It is very simple. In order to understand the Quran,
That's the next
the people,
one.
mankind.
No. Who was it revealed to?
This is
It was
what I'm
revealed to
saying.
the Arabs.
Okay, so if he had revealed the name Yeshua in Arabic, would they have made a distinction and said,
Remember that the
okay,
pagans
yes,
had no clue about the civilizations or history. They only got bits of information from people who came to do the pilgrimage and offer tributes at the Kaaba. That was it. Apart
He
from
doesn't read
that,
a word of Arabic or Hebrew.
neither
or
do
Greek.
you.
I
So
do.
please stay out of this conversation.
I do.
No, you-
I read Greek.
actually
I
don't.
read Greek.
Do you read and understand Arabic?
I read the
Do you
language.
read and
Yes,
understand
I
Arabic?
read the words.
Do you,
Yes.
do you
I don't read
understand
Hebrew,
it?
not
Do you
Hebrew.
understand it?
Part of it, yes.
No,
Yes.
do you understand
Yeah,
all of
I can
Arabic?
read all of Surah Al-Fatiha in
I didn't
Arabic.
say-
I understand every word of it in Arabic, and I can recite it now.
Just Surah
Can you do that? Can you do that?
Surah
Can you do that?
Wait,
Can you do
Surah
that?
Al-Fatiha.
Yes, can you do that?
We'll discuss
Can
that
you do
afterwards.
that? Can you do that? Can you do that?
We'll discuss that
Can you
afterwards.
do
Anyway,
that?
come
Do you
back to
know
the
a
topic.
word of Arabic? Apart from Allah.
so
You see,
as
he
I
didn't
said,
know a word of Arabic,
Even-
and he's
as I
lecturing
said,
this man on
today-
Arabic.
Today,
This is a con
and
job,
I'm an
like a
Arab.
used
I'm
car
an Arab,
salesman.
sorry.
He's trying to sell something
Now,
that isn't real.
Remember that the Quran, when it says to that they may
Yes, I
understand,
can read
yes, it
Arabic.
was
Yes, I
revealed to
can
the
read
Arabs.
Arabic,
But
thank you.
take
You
note,
can't.
take note that the Quran, despite it being revealed in Arabic, the majority of Muslims are not Arabs, yet they have memorized and understood the Quran in Arabic. So it is very easy, to understand the Quran, in its original language, regardless of the language you were brought up with.
Okay.
Now, so this is why it is revealed in Arabic, so that they may understand. So several specific names or terms are used so that people are able to comprehend, without having to delve into months and years of research, because these certain terms are necessary for salvation. So when it talks about Jesus, it makes it very, very
And his gospel.
and his gospel and the
which we need
Injeel.
to talk about.
So these,
This
so
is what
these
the
two
Quran's
terms.
about. It's not about obsessing
exactly.
about
It
a
is.
word.
It is telling
What
you.
did Jesus
It is
preach?
telling you very clearly, that you need to reject Jesus as a God, and that he is only a messenger.
Yes.
Okay.
Like his mother, who's also just human.
Yeah, who's also human. Yeah, and the Injeel is something that he preached, not something that you have today.
It's not something you preach about Jesus, it's the gospel of Jesus.
And that is
That's what we
and
need to
that
talk
is
about.
and
That's
that
the
is the
key
crux.
point here, the
That is the
crux.
crux.
Wow.
The translation.
issue.
I mean, I know we could go back and forth on the translations, but personally, I would like to close it off because we have been going around in circles. We can wrap it up, yeah.
Let's talk about the gospel.
All right, but this is it has been a good conversation.
He's sweating.
So my conclusion.
Let's talk about the gospel. Let's talk about the gospel.
This is the
Let's
thing.
talk about the gospel.
Let's make a conclusion and then we'll go into that topic, yeah. Because
So we
otherwise we'll-
clearly see in the Quran it accurately translates the Hebrew prophets' names over to Arabic. When we look at
Doesn't
the
know the
name
language. How can he
Yeshua,
know anything about
Josephus uses the Arabic form of Yeshua. The Talmud uses the Hebrew form of Yeshua. The Greek translates it correctly, but Allah has now taken a Syriac name to give to someone who is a devout Jew. And my claim is this is inconsistent with an all-knowing God. Allah doesn't need to use Google Translate before Google Translate was invented, unless you're going to say this is a miracle. You know, Allah should be taken directly as he has with the other prophets. And I've shown you from the authentic hadiths, there is a direct Arabic translation of the name Yeshua. So this is why I've asked you, where did the name Isa come from? The name Isa has come from a mistranslation from the Greek, because the New Testament was originally written in Greek. So any translations people have come up with has come directly from the Greek translation, and this is where the mistake Muhammad has made, because he's mistakenly, because the Christian Jews, the Christian Arabs use Yeshu as well as a name. They do, but they use Yeshu as well. I lived in Egypt. They use Yeshu as well.
They use it.
Anyway, I'm wrapping up. I will show you afterwards. I've got okay. So anyway, my claim is this: Allah should not be making a very simple linguistic mistake. When we have Josephus, all the people from that time reference the name Yeshua. Someone who has now come 600 years later makes a mistake, but then you're using cognitive dissonance to correct Allah's mistake. So why is it people from that time were able to correctly translate the name? Okay. And that is my conclusion.
Let me give my conclusion. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Now, when you say it's mistranslated, you're assuming that the name Isa is taken from the Greek translation. I already made it very clear that it is not taken from the Greek translation, therefore not a mistranslation, because it is taken from the Syriac and Aramaic word. Yeah. So, as you pointed out earlier, it was Allah is all-knowing, therefore He cannot make a mistake. So, if Allah is using the Syriac and then translating it into Arabic, it is not a mistake. You would be correct if you said He used the Greek and translated it to Arabic, because there is no connection there. But because there is a connection between Isa and Syriac, yeah, that is not a mistake. It's just a translation of another language, and a language that Isa alayhi salam did actually indeed speak. All right, so he did speak Aramaic, yeah. So it's not him using giving him a name that doesn't befit his his language. So for that reason, I don't believe that you can point this out as a mistake linguistically, yeah, in the Quran. And as I said, it's not really important for anyone's salvation. It's just a translation. In the same way that you translate Yeshua to Jesus, we translate Isa to Isa. It's very that simple, but we'll wrap it up. Cool.
And as I say, if we can either have religion or we can have truth. The truth can be established. So if you go and do your research, because every prophet had a Hebrew name, not an Aramaic name, not a Syriac name, they had a Hebrew name, because every name in Hebrew has a meaning. So this is why if you go and do your research, you'll find what I'm saying is correct.
But as I've also pointed out to you, Dhul Fikr, who is Ezekiel, same thing, but there is a completely different. There is no, Musa and Noah, all of them, they're not, even in the Quran, we don't ascribe them as Arabic names. It's just a translation of the Hebrew. That's all it is. It's the old translation. All right. Hopefully next time.
Next week, if you look it up, we'll discuss it more.
No, I've already looked into it. So I'm arguing based on actual research. If I didn't know, I would say I don't know.
Okay.
All right.